What's more enjoyable, winning a prestigious high roller event or being a businessman in $1 million pot?
Winning a high roller event. There's nothing more prestigious than winning a poker tournament. It's a lot better feeling when you actually win the thing.
You're one of the few players to have won over $1 million on 3 different continents. Do you think Brits travel better than Americans?
Maybe, yeah. I don't think I think it's just a coincidence, matter of a coincidence. But there's a lot of UK players travelling for sure at the minute around Europe, and I don't think the Americans travel to Europe to play, so maybe that's something to do with it.
Did you get any funny looks or comments walking around the airport with a cheque for €1 million tacked on?
Yeah, it was pretty funny. Like, I'd go through stages where I'd face it the other way, so but then I was like, a part of me wanted to show everyone off anyway, so it was pretty funny. I had my photo take with quite near enough every other person going, but it was funny. And when I got on the plane, the woman didn't believe that it was real. I was like, I don't really care what you believe. I just want to go to sleep because I'm that good. She kept trying to chat to me, bless her, but no, it was.
They think you won the lottery.
They was going, poker, gambling. I was like, yeah, just gambling. My girlfriend was trying to explain that I'm a professional. I was like, please don't tell her, because they're going to ask me more questions. I just want to go to sleep on the plane. But yeah, it was certainly a conversation starter.
How did you find the final table at Partouche? You know, a lot of Brits go to France, don't they? Because they say the French are pretty soft. Were you kind of confident going through into that final table?
The final was actually really tough. Like, I got the worst seat draw as well. I got the 2, as I thought, the best players on my left, with Ilan and the Ukraine kid. I was on my left, and they caused me a lot of problems, and which made me, I couldn't really play my usual game. I had to play quite tight and just like wait for spots. I couldn't really control the table as I'd like to because of my seat. But it was generally quite a tough final. Yeah.
Do you have a lot of hangers-on, or just people asking for staking? And have you had any funny requests?
Yeah, I get all sorts, especially through Facebook. I get so many private inbox messages, like asking for some random stuff. Like, I've had people like asking me to bail them out. Like, their house is £40,000 to get them out of debt, they're going to lose their kids and stuff. And it's like a horrible situation. And it's like some people ask for a few £100, and it's like you can't say no, I haven't got it at the minute, because they know how well you're doing. So it's like you have to continuously think of good excuses why you can't give anyone any money. And staking position, I just say I don't stake anybody apart from my close friends, basically.
Other than November 9 and Eric Seidel, you're the biggest casher of the year. Do you feel like you're world famous now?
Not world famous. Maybe in poker industry I am. Like, I'm pretty sure when I sit at a table, like, people are going to know who I am now if they're involved with poker. But like, yeah, it's been an amazing year. I'm chuffed, and could never have dreamt to have cashed for this much this year, especially without final table in the World Series.
Yeah, and about the World Series, how gutted were you about your poor WSOP, and did a multi-million dollar year make up for it?
Yeah, I can't be too disappointed because I've had such an amazing year, but I did want to have a good series and like win a bracelet. It means quite a bit to me. I'd like to win a bracelet just to cap off like such a brilliant year or two. But I don't know, I just keep playing. I understand the tournament's high variance, and there's players out there such as Phil Ivey who's never won a bracelet in No Limit Hold'em. So it's like, it's not the easiest accomplishment, but I'm going to keep trying.
Targets for 2012, does this mean you're going to be sort of targeting other games, or is it still No Limit?
No, I play lots of PLO, and I did well in the PLO tournaments I played this year. The World Series, I got stacked and just got unlucky. Came 4th in the World Series Europe one. Well, I'm starting to learn the mixed games, but I just haven't really got around to doing it yet because I'm doing so well at No Limits and PLO. It's like I can't really afford to take time away from them games to learn the other ones at the minute. But I'll probably play them anyway next year. I played a few this year. Played the Deuce to 7. Actually got really unlucky in that. But I will probably play them just to try and win a bracelet.
What do you do with your money, and how do banks treat poker players, particularly rich ones?
Banks. It's funny you should say that after the last few days of some guys out there like constantly trying to hack me at the minute. He's just relentless. I don't know who it is, but every time I go away, I put on my Twitter I'm going away, that's when he just starts going to work and trying to steal my money. He's like, this guy's relentless, he just won't give in. He's going after all me and all my friends. But yeah, so I'm sweating getting the money back off the bank that he's got from me at the minute. But in general, when you go into the bank, they're like, well, where's this money come from? And you say, like, I basically gamble. I can't bother to tell them poker's a skill game. I'm trying to argue it with the cashier woman. But I just say, I gamble and I won a tournament, basically. And then they start trying to ask questions. And But like in general, it's not too bad. Like we don't really get much hassle. It's quite easy to deal with.
So does it mean your credit rating's terrible?
Terrible, yeah, because you have to have a credit card, don't you, and like make little payments and stuff. And I've just missed payments in the past before, and obviously I've been broke before and missed loads of payments. So my credit rating's actually pretty bad. So when I went to I wanted to buy a house for like £1.5 million and just have a bit of a mortgage, but like, no. I would put like a lot down and they still wouldn't do it. So I just had to buy it cash because I can't get a mortgage.
How can I adapt your main strategies in my regular £20 game at the local casino?
I don't really have a strategy. I always get asked this question, like, what's your strategy for this, what's your strategy for that? I don't. I just sit down and try and adapt as quickly as possible to what I think I should be doing according to how the other players are playing. So I don't know, I think you should sit down and like, don't just sit there and play your cards, just try and sit and like look what other people are doing and how they're playing and then try and adjust accordingly.
How has the game changed for you since Black Friday, if at all? Have the live games become harder as they're full of online Americans?
No, it hasn't really changed that much because I didn't really play any cash in America when I was there anyway, and I've been playing quite a lot on PokerStars, so it's like I haven't really missed like any of the other sites, or I didn't really miss it too much when they did go down. I just played on Titan instead and played a few live games, but at the minute there's not that many live games in the world that I can play in anyway. There's like a lot of them are just private games. Even in London there's no games big enough really for me to play, so anytime I play cash now it's just like a trip out to Macau for a good 4 weeks, 6 weeks and see how I get on there. Which
brings us neatly on to what games do you play in Macau and what's the biggest winning and losing pots you've played in?
It's normally like 5,000, 10,000 in Hong Kong dollar, which is like 650, 1,300 US or something. But there's like straddles and people raise a bit bigger than normal pre-flop, so the games play pretty big. I've been on the end of some some rough hands the last trip I went out there. I lost a pretty brutal one, which was like a 1 million US pot or something, and I basically had King Queen of Hearts on a Jack 10 of Hearts flop. And I got it in versus 9-4 of Hearts on the flop, so he's like pretty much dead on every turn. He can only pair a 4 basically, an offsuit 4, and he managed to do it in a big pot, so I was like soul destroying. But like there's been bigger pots, but like I can't really remember the actual size of them.
Do any other big names sit down as well?
Yeah, there's quite a few out there at the minute. There's quite a few pros out there. I've seen I've been playing on the PLO games online, and I've seen Garfield talking to Galfond saying you should come out here, the games are good, so you'll get in. So like there's sort of like 25, 50 pros there and stuff at the minute. So I imagine the games are quite tough and a bit popular. I think there's a tournament going off at the minute as well, so quite a few pros are there.
What's the effect been on you of winning so much money in a short space of time? Or do you not really think of it like that?
It's not really changed me that much, because I think once you have like say 50 grand or 100 grand, you can pretty much do whatever you want anyway, like as in going out and buying stuff you need and treating yourself and going on holiday. So lifestyle hasn't changed that too much. It's just made me feel a bit more secure in life. Like I've built up enough money now to hopefully never have to work again with the sponsorship I get from Titan. So it's like relief basically, that it's like all worked out, if you like, and even though with the highs and lows it's all worked out eventually. Like I own my own house and car now, and I've got money in the bank and income, if you like, from Titan. So it's brilliant, to be fair.
You ever worry about going broke again?
No, like still see it happening to like lots of people who have big roles, win EPTs, and just next year they're broke and stuff. But I think it's all just a learning curve. Like if people get money and they lose it, and then they get money and lose it again, for me they're just like idiots and they'll never have money in their life. Like I think you've just got to learn from your mistakes, and I think I have. Like I don't really gamble anymore. Like I'll only gamble for fun on football, or if I bet, I just gamble for fun, and I don't really expect to win if I do gamble on other stuff. So I just get my adrenaline kicks now from like Macau and what have you, and these big tournaments. So I'm done with that side of things.
Is James Board's poker farm job still open for you then, if things go a bit wrong?
yeah, I can go back teaching if it goes wrong again, so I'll have to start again, grind it back, just in case I go back to my old roots of DGen.
Do you still regret the football injury and ever look at footballers on TV and think that could have been me? If
I could like swap my position right now financially, I would much rather love to play football than I would to play poker. It's still my first love, and that's all I wanted to do as I was growing up from a young lad, and I still would love to do it now. And I've got friends who are footballers, and I'm jealous, to be fair. Like, I still want to be. I would love to have been a professional footballer, but I can't really grumble from how things have turned out. I've got like the next best thing, if you like. I'm like my own boss, if you like. I go to work when I want, and I earn good money. So I'm pretty happy the way things turned out, because I don't really know if I'd have ever made it. Don't know how far I'd ever made it anyway. So, because my attitude wasn't too great either.
Do you think the Brits are the best out there right now, and who should we be looking out for next year?
English players should be looking out for.
Yeah, British.
Yeah, I think we probably are. At the minute, we've got like a strong group of players, and you can see that by all the results we keep getting. I think you can't write off like the Americans. They've still got loads of strong players, but it just seems like English or British, if you like, are just doing really well at the minute and consistently getting big scores. If I could pick one person to like come through and have a big year next year, it'd probably be Ben Vincent. He's had a rough ride basically the last couple of years, and he's like me a couple of years ago, just a degenerate, like just wants to spin it up all the time, and he's never happy with like a 50k roll, just wants to keep running it up until he's broke. But I think he's learning now. He just won a tournament again the other day, and he's starting to be a bit more disciplined, and I just feel like he'll have a big year next year.
What would you say is the defining moment of your career so far?
Just the Partouche victory the other day. I've like had results in all forms of poker, like short fields, like the high rollers. I've had a couple of seconds in big, large fields, but like to actually win a tournament with, say, 600-700 players, and it felt like a big achievement for me personally. And all my family and friends was there, and because of the delayed final situation, I don't think I'll ever get a chance to. That'll ever happen to me ever again. So it was amazing, and it's just the best weekend of my life.
Do you stake or have staked other players, and if so, have you had any success?
No, it's gone terribly for me. I staked people because they was my friends, and I wanted them to do well. Like I did, and they had potential, but like they just didn't really go to a good. Like I kind of knew what I was in for when I signed up, if you like, and I lost quite a lot of money on one particular person, and I've lost like scraps on the others. But like I'm down probably £250,000 from staking, and at the minute I've just tried to knock it on the head. And I only really do it if I'm doing it for a favour. I'm not looking to make money from staking, because for how much we're talking of making, it's not really worth the while. I'd rather have no stress.
Has your game changed in any way as your bankroll's increased? And do you think there's a limit that you'll get up to before you get to be bored?
Yeah, that's what the thing is now. Like my bankroll's reached a certain level where it's hard for me to go and sit and play like 5, 10 or 10, which are the local games in London at the minute. So if I do go play them, sometimes I don't play very good. I just gamble a bit too much pre-flop and just like run unnecessary bluffs just because I'm bored, and I'm not really asked which way the pot goes. So yeah, it's like it's hard for me to like get motivated to go and play a smaller tournament, or like I was just saying to you tonight, there's a big fish going to a casino tonight, and I should be going to play him really, and I won't. I know I'm just going to go home and just go and watch X Factor with my girlfriend. So it's like my motivation's gone a little bit, where I should be probably keeping it up and trying to keep it earning really.
And finally, you talked about it really, but do you bet on anything else like football or horses?
Yeah, like I was just saying, I don't think I've ever bet on horses in my life, or dogs. Like, never really did it for me. I always bet like football, and roulette and blackjack have been my biggest things I've ever bet on. But like, I still bet football. I've had a good bet this year. I bet Man U and Man City start of the season at even money, the best bet ever. I've tried to put my life on it. I've got it going pretty good amount on that, and that looks like that's flying in, so I'm pretty happy with that.